What's up, ladies and gents? I am Light, and today I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to stake your Ethereum. Now, there are a couple of ways to do this, but in this video I'm gonna be showing you the most accessible and the easiest way to stake your Ethereum, because the main way actually does require you to have 32 Ethereum in order to activate your own validator software. And let's be honest, most of you do not have that much Ethereum, nor necessarily have the technological knowledge to set out your own validator software. Now, the role of the validators is to basically store data, process transactions on chain, and also add new blocks which contain those new block rewards in Ethereum, since Ethereum has transitioned out of proof of work. Now, the current APR is sitting at 4.7%, which is totally dependent on the amount of Ethereum that is currently being staked. So let's say that amount is being doubled in the next 2 months. The APR is going to be significantly lower based on the amount of Ethereum that is currently staked on the network. And obviously, since we are still on the phases of the Ethereum upgrades, there are still validators which are not able to unstake their Ethereum as of right now. So that's something that you really need to understand in the current circumstances. So fundamentally, we could see a lot more Ethereum staked in the future, or a lot less Ethereum staked in the future, but it's all probably, reliant quite a lot on the actual prices. Now, let's kind of get into all of the options that we currently have. So that's the thing we just talked about, which is solo staking is requiring that 32 Ethereum. Then there are staking as a service, which basically set out their own validator stuff, and you just lend them the 32 Ethereum, which might be decentralized or centralized, gateway. Basically the same, but you don't have to do so much technological stuff. And then lastly, there is the pool staking, which we are going to be exploring in this video, which allows you to add even a smaller amount, low as 0.00001 Ethereum at some of these options, which we're going to be exploring today. And then there's obviously the centralized exchanges, which I obviously do not recommend using. Sometimes they may offer a higher percentage than the decentralized options or the native option, but there's so much risk, as we have seen with FTX and some of the other exchanges that have gone bankrupt, and obviously all of these CeFi protocols which have also gone AWOL. It is very risky to use centralized exchanges. If you're going to be using, I would only allocate a certain amount of Ethereum in them in case you wanted to maximize your earnings, but do not put all of your Ethereum into those centralized exchanges. So let's get into the pool staking, and there are many of these platforms right now, and many of them different from each other. We're going to be exploring today Rocket Pool, Stakewise, and Lido. And these are basically the top three because, for example, Anchor just got hacked like literally a week ago. So I was about to kind of like include them on this video, but I decided against it. And then you have things like Stuffy and Stakefish, but there are a lot more, let's just say, more security risks and more centralization issues with these options. And then there are some others, and there will be likely more options in the future as well. But today I want to really focus on the most trusted ones and the most secure ones. Now, we also have to remember, when we are giving into Rocket Pool, when we are giving the Stakewise, and especially Lido, we are centralizing Ethereum further. So if you have the capabilities to run the validator on your own, I really recommend that for the sake of decentralization. Now, let's get into Rocket Pool here first. And Rocket Pool is basically having two different options here, which allows you to add 16 Ethereum, staking solution, or you have the other liquid solution, which will be requiring you 0.01 Ethereum. I mean, due to the gas fees and everything, it's like recommended to add at least a lot more than that, at least 0.05, because if you're going to be withdrawing that money from, let's say, 6 months from now or 12 months now, the gas fees might be actually higher than the rewards themselves. And currently it is sitting at 4.21 APR. So let's start out with the first staking protocol here, which is called Stakewise. And the first thing we're going to be doing here is connecting our wallet. And I'm going to be using MetaMask here. And voila, I am automatically connected. And I already have amount of money here staked out. So SETH2 is the token that is basically the PEG token here. Once I add Ethereum, I will be getting SETH2. And then there is also a separate token, which is the rewards token, okay? So this works out differently. Some have separate rewards tokens and some of them do not have that. So what I'm going to be doing here is going to be adding 2 Ethereum because once again, I don't want to add all of them in the same basket. I want to add an amount that I'm okay of like potentially losing. I don't think Stakewise will get hacked or anything, but I'm just saying that in case that risk happens. Now these will be having a 10% staking fee, so that is 10% out of that 4.8%. So this is 0.48. So a 0.4% fee on basically on the APR. And I'm going to be agreeing the terms. Then I'm going to click in confirm. A transaction will pop out, okay. 2 Ethereum is being sent out and the gas fee is currently at $1.4. Always when you're doing staking, it is not a timed transaction, so you can always put out a custom gas fee there to wait for a lower gas thing. And now we're going to be waiting the transaction to go through. Obviously, Ethereum will probably take 3 to 4 minutes depending on the gas fee. Okay, now it's gone, and now we have the staking amount here, and now I have this much SETH2, and then we have RE2 here as well. So the rewards that are being accrued over time at this APR. So 10% is not too bad of a staking fee, obviously, but you know, there's probably going to be services which are going to be asking a lot less, because you have to understand that running your own validators, running your own hard drives and everything, that is going to be costing money. And here on the bottom you can basically see the rewards, and they are changing every day because the validators are not getting equally amount of blocks, so they're kind of random, but that's the percentage is always like the estimate. You could technically get more, or you could technically get a bit less than that as well. Oh, sorry, if I want to put my rewards into directly into back to staking, I can do that by clicking here, reinvest, putting the max amount or whatever amount you want to put, and then basically confirm. And that's how easy it is to do. And then there are also farms here which you can participate on. Not necessarily recommending to do these because there might be a risk to that. And then there is also governance which you can participate on, basically, you know, if you want to. There might be some airdrops and stuff like that in the future. And there is no like quote unquote unstake button here on the website by the looks of it. So basically what you need to do is to go to Uniswap and then basically trade SETH2 into Ethereum or DAI or other pairing that you may have. Now let's look into our next option here, which is Lido. And Lido is a very popular staking solution. And some of these websites will show you different APRs, and they can be outdated numbers or updated numbers. But remember, they are mostly the same, guys. Unless we are talking about literally some centralized exchanges. They might have more a standard percentage. If centralized exchange is 6%, then it's truly 6%. Now, once again, I'm going to be connecting my wallet using MetaMask and then putting amount I want to basically stake here. I'm going to add a bit more into Lido to basically even out my staked amounts. And once again, I'm going to be submitting. There's going to be, once again, 10% reward fee, just like in Stakewise. So it's basically the same. And we're going to be clicking submit. Now, once again, we're going to be seeing how much Ethereum is being allocated, and we're going to be seeing the fee as well. And then we're going to be confirming and waiting until the amount is being staked on the Lido's shared pool. Now, the Lido does not have, at least I remember that they do not have a separate rewards token on their platform, so they operate a bit differently from Stakewise, and that's sometimes good because you have always liquidity problems. And here we have like a wrapper here, so if I want to put a little ST here, I can unwrap it back to well, not back to, but I can put it into wrapped Ethereum, which I'm not sure what's the big point of. Maybe it's for liquidity pools, and there's a bit of a documentation about everything that you can go through. But these are the most two prominent options, obviously. And when the next time Rocket Pool will be open, that'll be also another option. There are certain that ask fees in terms of like monthly amount, like $5 a month, which might be good for whales, for instance, minus that 10%. But then again, for lower investors, that 10% fee might be more lucrative. But there are different other staking pools right now, but I would be very wary about them. You always want to see whatever, you know, the programs have actual things like audits and, you know, some type of proof that they basically, you know, there's an audited mark, and there's audits you can basically Google out for a lot of these software. So that's something you always want to look into. But these are not totally risk-free because, for example, Rocket Pool is permissionless nodes, but with Stakewise and Lido, they are not permissionless. And Lido is not trustless either. So there are certain nuances here where things could go array, but it's kind of unlikely, and the incentives are not there to get hacked basically as well. But that's pretty much my tutorial here, guys, how to stake your Ethereum. If there's going to be other protocols coming out in the future or the staking changes, I'm going to be doing surely an update video. If you have any questions about the staking or anything nature of it, leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will try to help you best of my ability. Thanks for watching. I will be seeing you in the next video.